when, as a man, I penetrate a woman, and I'm not speaking necessarily of my penis, but my being starts to penetrate a woman, you meet resistance. And these are psychic resistances or psychological resistances to protect her from something. And as she slowly opens up to herself and allows me to go in, and I go further and further and deeper in my experience of her, well, something happens. She relaxes more. And the more she relaxes, some phenomenon happens. A lot of circulation is put in motion. A circulation is akin to saying power. So suddenly, her body is a vessel of power. Well, whatever she thought of herself 5 minutes ago or an hour ago is dissolved. I'm a lawyer. Why am I a lawyer? Because I want to have power. Yeah, but this is pathetic power. It's a form of power. I can give it a form of respect, but compared to nature's power, compare a lawyer to a thunder strike. Are you kidding me? This is a drawing. This is a power that can destroy. This is nothing. It only has power in our social construct. If you remove society, it's powerless. This power is real. It's primal. So inside the woman, inside the man also, but we're talking about women, as she opens herself to herself with my help, let's say, with my presence and my guidance, as I'm penetrating, she's opening herself and letting go of her resistances and her constructs, her need to control. But what's the control if it's not a clamming of her sexual power? Sexual power means primal power of nature, right? That's all it is. So as she starts to let go, that sexual power, that means the primal power of nature, starts to be put in motion. But that's a lot of fucking power. Her body starts to shake and starts to tremble. And she loses control. I didn't do anything per se. It's not this. Sure, I can say it's me. I'm like, no, you got nothing to do with me. She's responding to herself and her power circulating in her body. Sure, I'm a catalyst. Fine. I'm a good catalyst. It's arguable or it's irrelevant. It's not about me. So her experiences of herself, I'm a catalyst. So she now experiences herself when she loses control, but loses control to what? To the primal powers of nature who are circulating through the vessel of her body, mind. I didn't do anything. I'm non-violent. At least this is my objective, is my goal. I'm not here to impose anything. That's why I insist on this. If the girl doesn't want to open, I don't force, I don't manipulate, I don't try to make a move, because who am I cheating? I'm cheating myself and I'm cheating the goddess. I'm never going to do that. No, thank you. So what I'm trying to say is that my job is to facilitate or help her to open her, so that she opens to herself, but she doesn't know who she is. Everybody has a coagulated concept of their personality. I'm like, that's not you. This is a construct. It could have been constructed differently if you were born 5 minutes away in a different house with a different door color. Right? I'm talking about like primal forces that live beneath your so-called personality. So as that personality dissolves, because you relax your tensions, you relax what you're grabbing like a psychopath to have a sense of control, these energies, which are nature's powers, start to be put in motion, and that's fucking intense. And sometimes the body starts to shake, sometimes the body it has spasms of orgasms, but the orgasm is energy circulating. It's nothing more than this, right? And waves of energy circulating and pulsations, and sometimes the body is so jammed that when it's the bliss energy, it's not bliss, the energy is blissful, so when the energy wants to pass, it now bumps into restrictions, deep psychic restrictions, and is experienced as a pain. It's not pain, it's you're blocking the life force which is blissful, right? So, but the experience is true. She's identified the restriction is strongly established, so it's painful when the energy circulates. At first, it's like when you go in, you stay in the winter here in Canada, we get cold winters. When you go in and your hand thaws, it fucking hurts as fuck. Kind of something like that. Was it really hurting or is it getting better? But it's getting better, but from a point of view, it's very painful because there's something uncomfortable happening. So there's that element also. There's the intensity of the power, and also there's a removal of all the mental junk. It's gone. All the ideas, all the constructs, all the I shouldn't do, this is who I am, it disappears and something emerges. The true voice with the true fundamental desire, because we are made of desire. What's the basic core, original desire at the base of your being emerges within that cosmic motion, bliss. Because the energy circulates, that's one experience. Eventually, there's a form of stillness, a still point that establishes itself before the next round. In the stillness, there's an emergence of self, which can be experienced as a very clear, specific desire, because desire is the other side of self. Something like that. So now you can't lie to yourself. I want to do this, I want to do this. This is my core desire that is awakening. This is the core. That means that's what I really want. Everything else is a fabrication. And if I have that desire, and that desire is true, that means I have been granted by nature the powers to make that desire come true also, to manifest that. Which means that everything that I'm doing that is not that is a lie, it's a con, and it will never satisfy me no matter how much I invest myself in it. Let's pretend I'm going to be a doctor. I'm not saying, right, but the doctorness compared to that core original desire may be nothing. Even if being a doctor is no easy task, it's nothing compared to that primal desire which is connected to the cosmos and time. Well, people, look at where I went. All I'm talking about is a woman relaxing while you're having sex with her and you don't even have to use your penis. Right? We went from I'm fucking her, right? I'm gonna try to hit that G spot right there. Oh yeah. I went from that. Look at what I went from that to speaking about relaxing, creating a space where there's an emergence of cosmic energies or primal energies that want to circulate, that merge with a form of cosmic energy and reveals the fundamental essence of that feminine principle that expresses itself. I'm trying to use big words to make, because this is not easy to express, that the fundamental blah, 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 that the core original desire is there and emerges, and that's at a sexual level the experience of the woman. Because you can experience the being that lives inside, not in the frame of sexuality, but in the frame of sexuality is expressed in the form of desire. It's a core desire, it's a fundamental desire, it's non-negotiable desire, it's not a mental desire, it's not culturally bound or hyped, or it's a core, and it's only one seed that can activate it. It's not 1,000 keys that can unlock that, it's one. And people don't feel comfortable when we say that. No, I'm telling you. Anyways, that's a side note. Why so intense? This is why. So we went from squeeze it, right? We went from monkey business to cosmic business. Well, that's it. So we're talking about you go from the very surface of the surface to the core of the core, which doesn't exclude the surface. But you can understand that from what I'm talking to you about, the titty and the nipple ain't the same thing. You're not going to use a little screw to try to squeeze the nipple a little tighter and more precisely to generate a little more sensation in the nervous system to activate this while you pinch here and squeeze here and then, like, right? Right? You see what I'm trying to say? Anyways, so I hope that answers the question. The reason why one is scared of sexuality is exactly what I attempted to the best of my capacity right now to describe. It's like, well, one is so small and the other one is cosmically big. It will swallow you unless you're properly guided. It's infinite as far as you're concerned. One is nothing. I pick up a girl, I take her pants off, take my penis, shove it in her cunt, fuck her 5 minutes, 10 seconds, 20 minutes, then done, go home, never think about it again. Look at the difference. So imagine I live at the surface, the feeling, the elation I have that I have a sexual mastery. Right? Imagine, everyone knows unconsciously that this sexuality is the serpent and the dragon. Everybody knows that. I have conquered the serpent, the great serpent and the great dragon. I have conquered him. Look, I am scared zero of it. And we said in previous videos, sexuality equals death. Go look into the other videos where I go into detail into this. So I have conquered this fear. And the more I stay at the surface, the more I have the impression or the illusion that I have grabbed it by the fucking neck. And I'm in charge. The only thing you got in charge of, the only thing you have in charge is a drawing of a serpent on your little piece of paper, if you even have paper anymore. That's all you have. That's the only thing you have charge on. Nothing else. So I understand why people do what they do. I've also done it, I get it. And it doesn't even make sense for the average person that there's something else. I'm like, no, there's a whole world, and that's what your mind and your psyche is protecting you from. And that protection is intelligent also. It's not dumb. It's protecting you from the darkness, which is 95 plus 99% of your existence is in darkness, of cosmic forces, primal powers, all blended into one that constitute the world we live in, that you have no sense of or no control over, or you don't even know how to ride. Thank God society is there with its fake lights, fake heat, fake everything to keep you safe.